Nobody tells you this, but confidence isn't something you just wake up with. Not after a big success, not after reading a motivational quote, not even after faking it for months. Real confidence? It's not a costume you wear. It's a foundation you build. But for the longest time, I didn't get it. I thought confidence was about pretending harder, smiling bigger, acting louder, forcing myself to look fearless, even when I felt like a fraud inside. And for a while, I was convincing. To everyone else, at least. But deep down, I knew. I wasn't confident. I was exhausted. Wearing a mask every day is heavy. And the worst part? Eventually, the cracks start to show. It wasn't some dramatic breakdown that changed me. No huge failure, no big betrayal. It was a small, quiet moment, sitting alone one night after pretending to have it all together again, staring at the ceiling, feeling hollow. That's when it hit me. I wasn't building confidence. I was just getting better at hiding insecurity. And that's the thing, my friend. Most people don't lack confidence because they're broken. They lack confidence because they never learned how to build it properly. You can't fake your way to real strength. You become it. Brick by brick, action by action, one hard choice at a time. And it doesn't start with a perfect plan. It starts with one brutal truth. Confidence isn't a feeling, it's a decision. You don't wait until you feel ready. You move when you're scared. You speak when your voice shakes. You take the shot even when your hands are trembling. Because waiting for fear to disappear, you'll be waiting forever. Real confidence is earned, not granted. And if you're tired of faking it, tired of feeling like an imposter, tired of smiling for everyone else while secretly doubting yourself, good. That means you're ready. So here's how I stopped faking confidence and started actually becoming confident. Number one, I stopped confusing perfection with confidence. At first, I thought, if I just become perfect at everything, then I'll finally feel confident. Wrong. Perfection is a trap. Confidence doesn't come from never making mistakes. It comes from knowing you'll survive them. Now, when I mess up, I don't spiral. I remind myself. Confidence isn't about being flawless. It's about being fearless in the face of flaws. Number two, I started stacking small wins daily. Here's the harsh truth. You can't build self-trust without proof. And every small promise you keep to yourself, it's a brick in the foundation. Went to the gym even though I didn't want to? Brick. Spoke up in the meeting even though I was nervous? Brick. Set a boundary even though it was uncomfortable? Brick. Small wins feel small until they're not. Because confidence isn't one big moment. It's the thousands of tiny moments you chose courage over comfort. Number three, I faced my fears in micro doses. I used to think I needed to conquer fear. It was this big monster I had to defeat all at once. Nah, fear shrinks when you stare at it a little at a time. I made it a habit. Every day, do one thing that makes you nervous. Just one. Some days it was sending an uncomfortable email. Other days it was starting a conversation. Sometimes it was just showing up when I wanted to hide. One scary thing a day, that's it. Tiny doses of courage. Over time, the fears that once paralyzed me became background noise. Number four, I stopped looking for external approval. For so long, I thought validation equals confidence. If enough people liked me, praised me, admired me, then I could finally believe in myself. But you know what happens when you tie your worth to applause? You live and die by it. One compliment can lift you up. One criticism can destroy you. Real confidence is built internally. You have to decide, my opinion of myself matters more than anyone else's. Because if you need permission to believe in yourself, you'll always be waiting. Number five, I created a confidence ritual. Sounds weird, but hear me out. Every morning, I did 3 things that anchored me. I wrote down one thing I was proud of. I stood in front of the mirror and said one sentence I believed about myself. I did one hard thing before noon. Simple, repeatable. And over time, it rewired my brain. Confidence became my default setting, not just a lucky accident. I let myself be a beginner again and again. You know what kills confidence faster than anything? expecting yourself to be amazing at something you just started. I gave myself permission to suck. Bad first drafts, awkward first conversations, messy first attempts. Not because I had low standards, but because growth is supposed to be ugly at first. Confidence comes when you survive the mess, not avoid it. Number 7, I redefined what failure meant. Before, failure equals proof I wasn't good enough. Now, failure equals data. It's feedback. It's information. It's a signal. This is where you can grow next. Failure stopped being an identity. It became a tool. And once you stop fearing failure, confidence becomes inevitable. Number 8, I started protecting my energy like it was gold. Confidence isn't just about mindset. It's about environment. I stopped spending time with people who drained me. I stopped scrolling through negativity. I stopped letting the world tell me who I was supposed to be, because your inputs shape your identity. And if you want to build real confidence, you have to curate the voices you let near you. And here's the bonus truth nobody talks about. You build real self-confidence by keeping promises to yourself when nobody's watching. Not when the world is clapping, not when the crowd is cheering, but when it's just you against your excuses, you against your old patterns, you choosing again and again to believe in the version of yourself you're building. So now, ask yourself honestly, are you building real confidence? Or just faking strength until the mask cracks? Because you don't need to become someone else. You just need to become someone you trust. One brave moment at a time. Here's what took me years to understand. Self-respect comes from self-alignment. You want to trust yourself? You want to believe in yourself? Then your actions have to match your values. If you say you value discipline, but you break every promise you make to yourself, you'll feel it. If you say you value honesty, but you keep hiding parts of yourself to fit in, you'll feel it. If you say you value growth, but you avoid every uncomfortable challenge, you'll feel it. That dissonance, that inner split, that's what slowly erodes your confidence from the inside out. So how do you fix it? You close the gap. You get brutally honest about who you want to be, and you start making decisions like that person, not later, not when you feel ready. Now, tiny decisions, tiny choices, one aligned move at a time. And yeah, it's uncomfortable, it's awkward. Sometimes it even feels fake at first. But here's the twist. It's not fake if it's future you leading the way. It's you becoming the person you were meant to be. And every time you act in alignment with that version, your real confidence levels up. Number 9, I started setting uncomfortable boundaries. I used to think confidence was about being liked, always saying yes, always being agreeable, always bending so nobody got upset. Wrong. Real confidence is saying, no, I'm not available for that. No, that doesn't work for me. No, I'm not sacrificing myself to make you comfortable. Every time I set a boundary, even if my voice shook, my confidence grew. Because confidence isn't about controlling how others see you. It's about honoring how you see yourself. Number 10, I stopped explaining myself. Ever notice how insecure people over-explain everything? Sorry, I didn't mean to, but I hope you're not mad, but I realized confident people don't waste energy justifying their existence. They speak, they decide, they move forward without an essay. So I practiced. Saying no without a reason, making a choice without an apology, having an opinion without a 10-minute disclaimer. At first, it felt rude, but then I realized it was just real, and real greater than polite every time. Number 11, I stopped waiting to feel ready. Ready is a myth. There will never be a perfect moment. There will never be a time when fear completely disappears. There will never be a day when you wake up 100% certain. Confidence isn't about eliminating fear. It's about deciding that fear doesn't get to be the driver anymore. So I stopped waiting for the fear to go away. I started acting in spite of it. And you know what? The fear shrank anyway. Not because it vanished, but because I stopped feeding it my power. At this point, you might be thinking, Okay, but what if I fail? Here's the truth. You will fail. You will embarrass yourself sometimes. You will make mistakes. You will have moments where you doubt everything. That's part of it. Confidence isn't built in the absence of failure. It's built through failure. You get up, you learn, you adjust, you move again. Resilience breeds confidence, not perfection. If you're finding these truths hitting different, take 2 seconds and smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. We're building a community here where we talk about the stuff no one else dares to say, where we stop pretending and start actually becoming, because you don't need another motivational highlight reel. You need real strategies for a real life. And this is just the beginning. And now I'm throwing it back to you. Do you think people are born confident, or is confidence 100% built through experiences? Drop your take in the comments and don't hold back. I want to see real debates down there. Agree, disagree, challenge each other. Let's get a real conversation going, because confidence isn't built in silence. It's built in motion. It's built in challenge. It's built in connection. You're closer than you think. Trust the process. Move before you feel ready, and watch who you become. See you in the next one.